at a time, I kept talking about wanting to buy a new lens, so I finally got around to doing it. I have that Sigma lens that I mentioned buying, and I have the fucking the filter on it as well, so I can do this. Whew! And now it's really dark. But I haven't actually changed any of the settings on the... Wow, my face looks really weirdly shiny in this light. I haven't actually changed any of the settings on the camera itself. I'm basically just changing the setting of the sunglasses on the camera. But I've configured it in a way that I don't actually need to really turn up the I guess darkness of the camera, the darkness of the filter. I can maybe a touch works relatively well, and it sort of dims those lights back there enough without destroying my face. But you know, if I go too far, then I need to start doing crazy things like taking this light here, which is running at 40% right now, and putting it like, you know, maybe not that much. Maybe not that much. Maybe closer to like 60% brightness as opposed to the 40% I would normally run at. But that still looks really weird and not like naturally lit up. Like my hands, I guess my hands look kind of fine here, but my face looks really, really strange. And the lights back there just... they are so much darker than they actually are in real life. It just looks really, really strange. Plus, with the light being that bright, it sort of disrupts those lights back there as well. Also, I don't want to be blind, so I don't like my lights being that bright. So, put it back there. I think I've got my ISO... actually, what do I have my ISO drop down to now? I want to say it's at like 120 or something. Yeah, it's at 125. So, ISO at 125... I'm at f1.4 as well. So f3.5 is where my old lens was at. And with my settings they are, this is how that would look. So clearly, actually we'll put it at, to be fair, 200 ISO. So 200 ISO f3.5. This is how my old lens would have looked with the filter on it. So we can go like really dark, and now it looks ridiculous. But that might make sense in certain recording contexts. Like if I was recording in direct sunlight, for example, then, you know, you want to make sure you're limiting a lot of the light that is being let in. Otherwise, the shot will be just ridiculously overblown. But the nice thing about this lens, here's the thing. This is one of the things I was really excited for, but you can't actually notice it super well. The camera's now really low. You can't really notice it really low, notice it really well, just because of the lack of things in my backdrop. That's the fact that with the f1.4, it basically adds a stronger bokeh effect. That is the blur on things. You can see it on the microphone arm here. Obviously, in the real world, this isn't, you know, blurry, but everything in the background has like a blur to it now. If I get I might be able to show you, actually. This is going to be terrible content for the audio viewers. Yeah, audio listeners, those ones. But if we focus on the chair. Okay, so chair or microphone, that works as well. So now if I get back here, as you can see, I was really, really blurry. That effect can be strengthened by either moving the camera closer to me or by just getting closer to the camera. As we get closer, basically, yeah, there we go. So everything in the background is like less and less in focus. Obviously, that's not a functional way to record a video like that, but I could always either move the camera closer to me, or that's one reason why you might want to get something that is like a f1.4 and then a 30mm lens. The problem with getting a 30mm lens, though, is the shot's a little bit too close. Maybe at some point down the line, I would do something like that if I wanted to have, like, if I was recording in, like, a much bigger space, it could reasonably makes sense. But at a desk space like this, I think a 16mm offers sort of a sensible amount of wideness. Because I have recorded with the camera really close to me. Like my older videos, I think I was recording the distance like this when I was using the webcam. So it looked very, very up close and personal, which might be the style you're going for, but it's not the style that I'm going for. I think for especially content like this, the wider aspect ratio it's a lot more, natural's not the best word for it. It's a lot more inviting, I would say. If I was doing lectures, if I was doing specifically just tutorial content, I think there is a benefit in having a very up close and personal shot. Especially if I was doing stuff where I was only showing my head. I think in cases like that, it might make a lot of sense. But for this style, for my regular videos, I don't think so. Also, a setup like this is going to be perfectly fine for when I'm doing my standing content, pacing back and forth, which is the plan at the new place.